In part 2 of his special series, Pentagon correspondent David Martin tells us tonight about the first towering challenge in the making of a top-flight naval aviator.
Morning fog at Meridian, Mississippi. Crews scour the airfield for litter that could cause catastrophe if it were sucked into a jet engine. It is part of the daily routine at any military airfield. Just like pilots wrestling into their flight gear. But for Pete Rasnick, this day is anything but routine. Today, 8 months after he joined the Navy to become a carrier pilot, he will fly a jet airplane for the first time.
This thing's got power. Push the power, it goes somewhere.
Over the next 4 months, first with an instructor and then by himself, he must learn how to master that power, to put the plane through its paces, and then, hardest of all, to land it on an aircraft carrier. These are his harshest critics, men who will talk him down for his first carrier landing, a maneuver he practices over and over on dry land. The trick is to line up the green balls. A red ball means the pilot's too low and liable to crash into the back of the carrier. No matter what the pilot sees, he must do exactly what he's told.
A lot of times they'll respond to their own instincts, and we'll come up on the radio right away and say, look, you don't do that anymore. We will tell you when to wave off, and we'll tell you when to add power.
One of the most basic instincts is fear.
Don't look down at that big gray thing. Okay, keep your skin going. Hopefully once you hear my voice on the radios, it'll calm you down. So
there's the big gray thing, a floating runway called the USS Lexington.
The deck is quiet now, but that will change when Pete Rasnick and the rest of the student pilots come in for their first carrier landings.
The tension in the ready room is all but unbearable as the students mentally rehearse the moment of truth.
You just keep it in your head that it's just, it's just like on land, except it just happens to be moving, and all the glue is, you just think of it as being land.
If I look down, I'm going to just see that boat down there, I'll get nervous. But as long as I can remain calm, I think I'll do okay.
Miles deck! Clear deck, gear set! Rasnick.
On his first pass, a practice touch and go, Rasnick comes in too low.
He said, you better get it up, And I was saying to myself, God, I want to get up, and somehow I got up.
Then the first carrier landing. Rasnick makes it, but just barely. His hook catches the first wire, which means he is still too low, too close to crashing into the back of the carrier. Rasnick has no time to think about the landing because he is just moments away from his first launch. His plane is hooked to a steam catapult, which literally throws him off the deck. The nose pitches up dangerously before Rasnick gains control.
Yeah, I'm too fast to scare me. I just got it back down real quick, and everything was okay after that.
3 more landings, each better than the last, and Pete Rasnick has proven he has the right stuff.
It was great. It's the wildest ride I've ever had. It's something else. You can't describe it to anybody. They got to do it.
He still has another year's training before he's ready to fly planes like this into combat. Tomorrow we will see Navy pilots learn combat tactics and face what many pilots say is even scarier than combat, landing on a carrier at night. David Martin, CBS News, aboard the USS Lexington.
And that's the CBS Evening News for this Tuesday. Dan Rather reporting from New York. Thank you for joining us. Good night.